G'day everyone and welcome back to the Fishing World Tackle Bench. Today I'll be looking at some gear that I use on tour and locally depending on the circumstances. Basically I've got the Carmate rod tube, which is fantastic for traveling and keeping your rods safe. I've got the Pelago, which basically replaces a gimbal. It's a tackle rod lock and you can hold that in there close. And then also you've got some Sunbutter, which is an Australian all natural sunscreen to keep your skin and the waterways safe. Carmate have developed the Inno, which I think is one of the best weight to strength ratio tubes out there for a long car ride or a flight. This thing's super simple to use. It comes in a single size, which there's two extensions that you can add to fit rods up to 10 foot. So depending on what you're going to need, you don't need to carry anything that's going to be over bulky. You just work with that, and basically these fit into each other. That's the system there. They slide in, they lock in. You can put a padlock in there, and yeah, really lightweight and strong. At the business end, again, it's a button push that gives you access, and there's foam padding in the top end there to keep your tips secure. You'll probably get 6 rods in this, and each piece is about 1.5 kilos, so you're not going to make inroads into your baggage allowance, and you're not taking up too much room because the space this takes up is limited. Pelago have developed this rod lock system, which is really cool. Basically, it somewhat replaces a gimbal for when you're fighting fish, maybe top water, or you can also sit a rod in there whilst you're bait fishing. If you're a bit older and you need that sort of comfort, this is a great option as opposed to carrying something really bulky overseas. But you can also use this day to day just to alleviate some of that pressure. The way it works is that your rod will sit in there, and there's no bar to lock it in, but it sort of locks in itself, and it distributes the weight across your pelvis or groin as opposed to having your rod jam in there. It works on a magnet system and it's really solid. However, it's better if you're using shorts. It will lose a bit of that strength if you're putting it over wet weathers or some warm gear. So this is definitely for the tropical people. Most of the time when you do a trip, it's somewhere tropical anyways, so this is a great thing to have. Yeah, it can hold up to 10 kilos in pressure, so yeah, the fellas that design this catch solid GTs with this all the time, so yeah, it's definitely something to alleviate some of the pressure of those bigger fish to keep you in the game for longer, which when you go overseas, this is something that might mean a few extra fish. Lastly, we have Sunbutter. We have zinc and sunscreen. It's naturally derived, so no nasties. There's nothing worse than going to a little creek or a little lagoon and there's that oil slick across the top that really does damage the environment. This stuff is completely natural, no nasties, so that when you're applying it, it's reef safe and all that, but also it's safe for our skin. Sometimes when you apply that generic stuff, you're actually doing more harm than good by what you absorb as opposed to protecting yourself from the sun. So this is the best of both worlds. It is SPF 50, it's water resistant, lasts for a couple of hours, and you're also looking after the environment. Reef safe, get around them. It's a Aussie company that is doing good, positive change.